The next part is the exterior lighting. We previously have just spoke about all the interior lights. The exterior lighting is also on this system. I'm going to put it into two groups. There's the lights which are on the building. So example, we're standing here outside, that would be the sign lights. Everything is off now, it's during the day. But you got the sign lights, the wall pack lights. We have a flag pole over there. There's up lights lighting up the flag at night. And those are all coming off of the relays. And I spoke to you earlier about the relay panels on the first floor. There's 3 relay panels on the first floor. And depending on the location of the lighting, especially the wall lighting around the building, they are coming out of those 3 panels. So that's a group of lights. That group of lights is being turned on by a photocell, which is located over by the courtyard. And I'm going to show you that, just to show you where it's located, and maybe yearly you might want to just wipe the lens off, or make sure there's no leaf or something stuck to it. Otherwise the lights will turn on. But what it does, it's a photocell. When it gets dark, it turns these lights on. In the morning, when the sun starts to come up, it'll turn the lights off. And that's how that one works. There's another system that's totally separate from this, which operates the pole lights. And the pole lights are, well, there's one right here, but they're throughout the driveway, they're throughout the parking lot, they're behind the building. Anything that has, a pole and there's a little dome on top. That system is a wireless system. So each pole, that's not a photocell, although it looks like one on other manufacturers. That's a wireless transmitter, and that talks to antennas, which are up on the roof. And that determines when these lights turn on. But they're also just programmed to be dusk to dawn. Okay, and I'll show you how that works and how to access those. So we're going to go inside, and actually we're going to go over to the photocell back to these lights again, the wall lights and the sign lights, and I'll show you the photocell just so you know where it's located and what that device is doing. Yeah, in addition to the sign lights, the flagpole, the wall lights over my head where I was standing is also the canopy. So those are also part of the photocell group of lights. Okay, we're outside. We're actually in the C section. Right outside, on the other side of this wall, is the C med prep. I just wanted to show you the photocell. The photocell is up there. And what it's doing is it's monitoring the daylight. And that's going to turn on the lights. Even these lights here, the wall lights and the front lights, the flagpole, the canopy, everything I showed you previously on the tape. So the only thing to do here, obviously it's a lot of reach, so I can't show you, but it has a plastic lens. Maybe yearly, or when you're up there on the roof, maybe you could reach over, if you dare, and just give the lens a wipe. It might be dirty. If the lights are staying on all day and night, maybe there is a lead or something stuck to that. Okay? So you might just want to clean that lens. If you want to test it, you could cover it, hold your hand over it, or a dark rag, and it's about a 45-second to a minute delay. Hold it for that long, and because you're right here, you should see these wall lights light up. Take your hand away, about another 45 seconds to a minute, the lights should turn off if everything is operating normally. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you. So we're going to do the pole lights next. We're up on the roof on the building, and this is the pole light system. The poles, which I showed you a couple, from the out on the entryway, but here's some more poles if you could see them, and each one has that little dome on top, and like I said, that's a little antenna or a little transmitter, and they all come back to this antenna, which is right here mounted on the corner. There's actually 4 of these because these antennas actually work as line of sight. So we had to put 4 of them, 2 on this building and 2 on the old building, so that it could be line of sight of all the parking lot, all the street lighting, the court, and the front parkway, the parking lot. So the antennas are hooked up to 4 supervisor modules, which are in this box right here. It's a waterproof box. I already took the screws off. So the supervisor module is this unit right here, which just sits in the box. These lights have already been programmed as dusk to dawn. To change any of these lights, what you would need to do is log into this wirelessly, and I'll just show you how to do that. But we're not going to make any changes to these lights. The only thing maybe you may want to do is, well, let's see how far we get into the program, and I'll show you what some of the options are. But the way you do it is, and it'll be in the report, but what I'm going to be doing is referring to this serial number. I need to, that will become the password. The last 8 digits of the serial number is the password. So that would mean there's 4 different passwords for the 4 different supervisor modules. So I'm going to go get the laptop and we'll try to log into this. Okay, so to log in to the wireless supervisors that we just showed you outside, we came inside so that there's no glare on the computer. So what you do is you go to your Wi-Fi and find something called 225 CWS, and it'll be dash the serial number, the first half of the serial number of each unit, which will be different. So there's 4 of these units. Then once you say connect, it's going to ask for the security key, which is the last 8 digits of the security of the serial number, which is also on that unit. So I did that to make sure I could log on, and the next step would be to go to use Google Chrome, and what we're doing is we're going right into this and go to Google Chrome and type in the IP address of and this is for all of them, 192.168.10.1. And once it confirms, you should get this screen here. Now to log in here, the username is just SU for super user. So it's lowercase SU. And then the password is that same last 8 digits of the serial number. And it is case sensitive. So it appears to be connected. Okay, good. So the way these were programmed by the factory is all the poles, all 4 groups of poles, all 4 wireless supervisors are dusk to dawn. They do have the ability of dimming at certain times of day and all that, but they're not doing that here. It wasn't required here. That might be for more of a parking lot. We might want to dim them during the day and make them brighter at night. We're not doing that. But the only thing here you could do, and maybe if you have the manual or a technician also on the phone, you might want to do that, is the job. And that would be this, it's labeled job, this little icon with the hard hat. If I click that, and that is this particular project, they refer to it as a job. A lot of this is in programming language and computer abbreviations and things of that nature. So that's why it's not really as user-friendly, and that's why I don't want to go too deep into it with you. But one of the things you could override would be where it says update SRSS, and that would be update sunrise, sunset. And it's currently 0, -0, which it actually means is if the lights are going to turn off at sunrise and turn on at sunset. You can create a offset to that. If I click on that and hit edit, I get this little window here, and I get that same thing here, update sunrise, sunset. And if I wanted the lights to turn on 30 minutes, let's say, prior to sunset, then that would be the minus here. I would do -30. If I wanted them to turn on 30 minutes before, or turn off 30 minutes after sunrise, then I would put a 30 here. The rest of this, leave as factory set. This here every day at 12 a.m. It doesn't mean anything's going to happen at 12 a.m. That's just the computer's that indicates that's the new day for the computer. Sometimes they change it to 1 a.m. if something actually is happening at 12 a.m. Maybe a building or parking lot is actually shutting off at 12 a.m. so they want the new day to become 1 a.m. So leave all these settings if you go in there. But only if you find over the time, maybe in the winter you find maybe it is too dark in the parking lot and you might want the parking lot to be on earlier than sundown. You may want to offset this. So just wanted to show you that. All the other icons are all configuration icons. Some of them do not even apply to this job and this product, so I wouldn't be concerned about the rest of the. There is a manual included in the overall manual of this particular product, and so to get out of this, I'll just go back and close that out. We're on the east side of the resident building. Just want to show you one of the 4 antennas. So we were the one we just logged into and I showed you. Now this is the other one on the east side. So this is the antenna. The unit's in there in the weatherproof box. And this one, as I said, these are line of sight. So this one would be picking up the basketball court. If you can see that, this roadway and part of the driveway of the front of the building. We're on the west side of the CSB building, and this is the 3rd antenna I'm going to show you. So the wireless supervisor's in this box. This is the antenna, and this also is line of sight. This covers the large parking lot in the front and the road, and it's also going to cover possibly a future road that's going to be behind us, which isn't built yet, and poles don't exist yet. But that would also be line of sight to this antenna. So we're on the east side of the CSB building. So this is our 4th wireless supervisor unit. It's in that box. It's the antenna. The line of sight covers the basketball court and the other courtyard area over behind me, and maybe a couple poles on the street, but they're probably picked up from the antenna up there. So that's what the last one does. Again, all the serial numbers are different. They're all going to be in the manual for each wireless supervisor.